peer pressure. Is everybody really doing it? I've been hearing this ever since I was a teen, and even before I became a teen. I remember feeling, not just only hearing, but feeling as if everybody was really doing it. And then I realized something. I thought about it. I said, okay, well, I haven't done it, so technically everybody isn't doing it, right? So what is this thing about peer pressure? Like, how do we cope with it? How do we deal with peer pressure? Well, first of all, peer pressure is real. It is real. I mean, not just when you are a teen, but as a young adult, as an adult, you face peer pressure all the time. In fact, there's a book, entitled Influence. It's an awesome book. It speaks about social proof. And social proof has to do with, okay, if you see other people doing it, like if you see a bunch of people run into a store, right, and they all purchase, let's say they purchase a bag, like a laptop, for example, and they all come running out with it. In your mind, you're going to feel like, well, I need to get one of those because everybody has it. And oftentimes we do that when we go online and we're looking for an item to purchase. We would read the reviews to see how many other people purchased it and how was their experience. So this is something that's normal, right? But when it comes to your life, your dreams, right, your future, your destiny, you have to be very, very careful with thinking that way, because you can fall into a lot of trouble thinking that way, that everybody else is doing it, and because they're doing it, then it must be right. No, it's not right. And most of the time, it's not right because everybody's doing it. So if you see everyone running north, and they're running north, don't just pick up your bag and start running. You have to ask, okay, where are you guys going? Why are you running? What's going on here? Before you do it. So with that, I want to talk about peer pressure. Yes, peer pressure is real. I read an article earlier today on it's actually, the title of the article is by Parent Further. Here's what it says. Only 10% of teenagers surveyed said that they had not been influenced by peer pressure. Only 10%, which means 90% of teens have been impacted, have dealt with, and are dealing with peer pressure on a daily basis. 90% of teens. In that same group, 28% of teenagers agreed that giving into peer pressure improved their social standing, and nearly half of those surveyed admitted to picking on someone only after a friend picked on that person. So this is serious. This is real. So let's talk about it. Now, how do we cope with peer pressure? How do we deal with it? How do we survive peer pressure? Well, the first thing you need to do, you've got to be smart. You have to be smart about it. You have to be smart about it. Don't think because you don't feel like you are the exception to this. Like, okay, peer pressure just won't affect me. No, not me. Me? No, I used to think that way too as a teen, and I got into a lot of trouble. I went to 3 different high schools. Think about that. I went to 3 different high schools because I got into a lot of fights. And the reason why was because I was trying to be like everybody else. And I felt like, I was being pressured to be a certain way to fit in. So this is serious. You've got to be smart about it. So the first thing is you have to be smart about peer pressure. So there are certain environments that you can expose yourself to that really are traps that will cause you to make a mistake, that will cause you to make gaffes, right? So you have to be smart about it. So if there are certain people or certain places that you already know are red flags, that you already know are not the right people for you, get away. Get away from those places. Get away from those people. Stay away from them because they will pull you down. They will pull you down. In fact, one of my favorite passages in my favorite book says that do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Bad company corrupts good character. So if you associate yourself or you hang around the wrong people, they will corrupt you. So if you are a positive person, if you hang around with negative people, they will corrupt you. They'll mess you up. They'll mess up your thinking. They'll jack up your thinking, just really just cause you to go way off. Here you are, you're going north, and all of your friends are going south. Do you actually think you're going to make it to your destination? No, you're not. You're not going to make it. Think about that. So get away from the negative people. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. See, I'm really like fired up about this because I've dealt with it as a teen, and I see the effects of it. I see the consequences, you know, and I've dealt, and I speak to teens across the nation about success and leadership and so on and so forth. And this is one of the biggest issues here, peer pressure. How do you survive? How do you deal with this? How do you cope with it? And that's what I'm sharing with you today, how to do that. All right, let's move on. The next step is be surrounded. Be surrounded. You need positive people in your camp. You need positive people on your team. You cannot make it alone. You cannot make it alone. You need positive people around you. So if you walk with the wise, you will be wise. But if you walk with fools, you'll be a fool too. So you want to surround yourself with positive people. Positive people will push you forward. Negative people will pull you back. Negative people have a crab mentality, by the way. Every time when you try to make progress, every time when you try to go up, they try to pull you down. Think about that for a moment. So surround yourself with positive people. Very important. Let's move on. I'm going to make this short. The next step is be aware. Be aware. You've got to be aware of the times that we're living in today. Things right now that teens, and not just teens, but just people in general are facing is much greater than it's ever been. It's harder now than it's ever been before. And I'll just read off to you some of the statistics and some of the facts, right, that teens are facing today. Like, for example, suicide. Suicide is real. Suicide's no joke. Suicide is something that is real. We can't overlook it. We can't say no, this will never happen. Come on, let's be real about this. This is serious. This is a fact. This is something that teens are facing today. So suicide, you have internet addiction and online addiction or online gaming addiction. There's a fact about this. It says that younger generations, such as teenagers, unlike their parents' generations, generally socialize, hang out, communicate, and share pictures and videos online rather than in person. Think about that. So here's another challenge. There's so many other challenges, like you have online bullying. Teens are dealing with that on a regular basis. You go on your Facebook page or whatever social media platform that you're using, and you see someone put a negative comment on your picture, and you're a teen, and you're looking at that like, why are you hating on my picture? And why did you say this? And why did you? So there's a lot of that going on. So these are the times that we're living in, and these are some of the challenges that the teens are facing today. So be aware of the time or the times that we're living in today. See, the more you are aware of the times, the more you'll be able to resist peer pressure. The more you are aware of the times, the more you will be able to resist peer pressure. By the way, if you guys feel that this is great information, great content, can you please like this video, comment as well, and share it out? I would like all young people, especially teens, to hear this message because it's something that is dear to me. And I want to make sure we help as many teens with this to learn how to survive peer pressure. And we're talking about negative peer pressure tonight. All right, let's go on. So the next step is be you. Be you. It's okay to be you. You don't have to fit in. You don't have to try to be like them. You don't have to try to dress like them. You don't have to act like them because you'll never be them. You'll never be them, right? So be you. It's okay to be you. You see how we're trying to be like everybody else? Sometimes we think, well, I wish my hair was like her hair, or I wish I was as tall as him. And did you know that there are people who are looking at you saying the same thing? Like, I wish I was as talented as that guy over there. But what do you have to offer? You have a lot to offer. You're special, you're unique, so be you. It's okay to be you. It's okay. So be you. And finally, the last step, the final step is be planted. Be planted. Learn how to say no. No. Just say no. Say no to the things that go against your convictions. Say no to the things that go against your standards. Say no to the things that go against your beliefs. Say no today so you can say yes tomorrow to the things that you want, to the things that you desire. If you can say no to the things that go against your beliefs, the things that your friends are saying, are telling you to do, or pressuring you to do, if you say no today, you'll be able to say yes to all of your dreams tomorrow. Wherever you are in your life, I want you to understand that you do have the power to say no. You can say no today, right now. It may not be easy. It may be very hard to do. But if you say no, tomorrow you can say yes. You can have a lot of yeses tomorrow to all of the things that you desire that are in line with your convictions and your beliefs. So say no to the things that go against your convictions so that you can say yes tomorrow, and the following day, and the following day, and the following year to all of the things that you are working so hard for today. Everybody's not doing it. Everybody's not doing it. So you can survive peer pressure by focusing on these steps that I shared with you. Thank you for watching my